definitely helps. But for the young guys, so Ireland, you know, it's a big country, not big country, but there's a lot of people here. You're going to have some future superstars coming up. They're coming up. They're probably blue belts right now. They're coming through the ranks. They're getting on their social media. They're posting every day or whatever they're doing. Where do they start? So they're posting on social media. They kind of want to, you know, they want to make a competition career out of this. How do they reach out to that initial brand?
The best thing is to have a kind of proof of work. So it's build up that back catalogue of content, showing if you can't promote yourself, when as a brand owner you want to come on board with an athlete, you need to be able to see that that athlete can help promote you, and in turn you'll help promote that athlete as well by obviously, like, let's say for example today we just came from a photo shoot, and a lot of that content will be posted on our website, on our social media. You're going to be tagged in that, so you're getting a benefit from that of being promoted on it. But the idea of us as a brand sponsoring you as an athlete is to get another angle and to reach another audience, and that's your audience. So if you as an athlete can say, I've built this audience of a couple of thousand people, or 10,000 or 100,000 or whatever it is, you have that proof of work of saying, I can build an audience, I can hold attention, because that's what marketing is holding attention and grabbing attention, or vice versa, grabbing attention and then holding it. It comes down to providing value and being consistent. And although that sounds very vague, it's very hard to be more specific than that, because it is on an individual kind of case-by-case basis that you need to put your personality on it. You need to put your spin on it. You need to use, let's say from a jiu-jitsu point of view, the game that you play, the certain sequences that you build into your game to that's kind of unique to you. Show those to the world and say, this is how I see jiu-jitsu. This is how I see this position. This is how I like to play it. It might kind of create a spark in the viewer's head of saying, oh, that's actually, yeah, it's a kind of a unique angle on how maybe I would look at it. And then that's grabbing attention, and then you're holding attention by consistently kind of providing content around that. And it's not always about a new fancy move, or here's a really unique submission I just discovered, or whatever. It's about it's just about your personality, and it's also not just about the particular moves or how you play jiu-jitsu. It's about you as a person and being engaging. You don't necessarily have to be controversial. Obviously, there are some athletes in the sport who go that angle and say controversial things and try and kind of get attention that way. It works, fair enough, but it doesn't always have to be like that. Not everyone is like that. Not everyone. Don't try and force controversy through like something that isn't something that you naturally do. Be authentic, like you were saying. Be authentic and put yourself out there. Show people what you're like as a person within your content. If you naturally crack jokes, why not crack jokes in a video? If the camera goes on, you're recording doing a technique, and then you're all rigid, but normally you're like a kind of a nice free flowy happy kind of guy, do that on camera. It doesn't have to be the same as let's say a really polished instructional. You can, I think some of the best content and some of the best performing content online at the minute is like behind the scenes content, where people see, I say that kind of from a bit of a strange angle, in that I don't do enough behind the scenes content for our own brand and our own business. It is something that I'm being a bit contradictory here in a way. In that
we got some today. We got some.
Yeah,
today
we got some nice behind the scenes content today. It's about kind of using that as an angle and showing yourself as a person. Everyone is everyone is unique, and everyone is interesting. There's a term that a training partner and one of my coaches, Andrew McGahan, made me aware of a couple of years ago. It's a word called sonder, S-O-N-D-E-R, and it's that everyone that you walk past on the street, I'm going to paraphrase this a little bit, but everyone that you walk past is as unique and individual and has as interesting as a life as you do. That it's about that. Don't look at other people as, oh, that's just that guy over there, or I'm just walking past a group of people here. Everyone is interesting and everyone's unique. So use that as kind of motivation to say, well, people should be interested, but people could be interested in what I have to say. There's going to be a subset of people that are interested in me and me as a person, and then by extension then what I do, and what I do is jiu-jitsu, and what I do all day is jiu-jitsu. So bring across your passion within that content, bring across your passion for jiu-jitsu. If you're trying to make jiu-jitsu a full-time living, you're obviously passionate about it, so put a bit of effort into showing that passion, not just saying, oh, here's a guillotine, wrap the neck and pull hard. It's like, show that you're passionate about this sport, and the sport is growing, and obviously I'm a little bit biased in hoping that it's going to keep growing, but I really do think it will. And it's in a good place now that someone who can start being consistent and build up over the next couple of years, they could be in a good place to make a good living off jiu-jitsu without having to rely on like what people have been relying on up to now, which is teaching classes, opening a small gym, and kind of not necessarily struggling, but not being unique, just kind of doing the same thing that's already been done. Put your own spin on it and be unique. Yeah.
So for